Do you believe in magic? I do, and so I believe in dragons. It's the year of the dragon in the Chinese zodiac calendar, and I'm sure you all know that by now as we're halfway through it. But the dragon has called my attention to explore its mystery. Hello and welcome to WaterSpirit Messages, News, Concepts and All Things Wild. This is Mbali Marais, and if you never wish to miss another episode, please hit the subscribe button. And thank you for listening. It's been a busy year so far, but here I am posting again. I hope that you will continue to listen. We give you great thanks for continuing to support us. So dragons conjure up magical beings like the mermaids. For me, real yet elusive, actual yet mythological. I do believe they exist in many forms: the seahorse, the lizard, Komodo dragon, and in the deserts of North Africa, horned snakes, very venomous and dangerous. I've not seen a dragon, but when I look at the mountains, I feel the dragon. It's more of a feeling in the body and soul than an actual vision of fire-breathing monsters portrayed in superhero movies or ancient stories. They are, though, present in many ancient myths and stories, and as such have a draw for me to explore more. Let us then reimagine this mythical, magical being in this moment and capture its essence. The dragon, spirit animal, is a profound symbol of spiritual awakening and the journey towards self-realization and mastery. It encourages embracing personal power, facing life with courage and seeking deeper spiritual truths, making it a revered guide in the journey of life. I love what feels like a representation of the dark and the light, because quite often we steer away from the dark, but the dragon really owns its darkness. It's a symbol of evil in some traditions, and yet in the Orient it symbolizes supernatural power, wisdom, strength, charisma, and hidden knowledge. In most traditions, it is the embodiment of chaos and untamed nature. Anything that is untamed gets my attention, as this feels like a hidden part of ourselves, waiting to rear its ugly and beautiful head. Quite often, dragons are depicted with many heads. Is it then our inner darkness out of which can be found hidden treasures? Some fear the untamed in them and out there, and yet the untamed can be a superpower, wisdom and strength. Seizing the moment, embrace innovation, your leadership, the fire inside, all seems to align with what a mineral year is too, which is in the Dogara tradition. 4 and 9 are mineral years. Mineral is inviting us to reimagine, remember, redream our life stories. Dragon is inviting us to unleash our untamed strength, internal creative fire, to empower ourselves to get wild, breathe fire into our dreams and stories, and use the dynamic power of dragon energy for propelling ourselves into a new story. Agni Eotia. I haven't heard of that before, but it establishes Agni as the radiant light that dispels darkness. In the spiritual realm, light is a potent symbol representing knowledge, wisdom, and the inner illumination of consciousness. Jung speaks about confronting the dragon, involves examining our flaws, unconscious patterns, and suppressed emotion. So it seems to me these hidden parts of ourselves, hidden in the darkness, holds a shining light to what needs to emerge and transform. The darkness, then, as I understand it, holds a shining light to the hidden part of ourselves, gaining a deeper understanding of our darkness, which paves the way for healing and transformation. Agni, as the eternal flame, beckons individuals to kindle the inner fire that dispels the shadows of ignorance and unveils the path to self-realization, as dragon symbology does. And in that we may discover that the eternal flame burning steadily as we move towards mastery. I've been fascinated by the idea of the metaphor to confront the dragon, as for me it speaks to the courageous act of facing our inner darkness and exploring the depths of what that means for us. Again, I'm aware of how much we may fear that inner darkness, maybe afraid of our own strength, power as an untamed source. I know, as an addict, chaos and unruliness was a major part of my life, and I no longer fear it, as I have lived through it, and I see it now as the transmutation from self-destruction to divine medicine. Medicine for healing the shadows of my own demons. The untamed self we may fear is an opportunity to delve into our shadow, a concept introduced by Jung, which encompasses the aspects of our personality that we tend to repress or deny. The dragon embodies our fears, insecurities, and unresolved conflicts. Gosh, I'm so glad that there's somebody out there who has our back. These often lie buried within us, and I'm grateful for that revelation. It feels like this year, Mineral is asking us to embrace self-realization and mastery through reimagining our relationship to our world. So Dragon, as with Mineral, reminds us of the importance of symbology, signs, metaphor, essential for living a life of magic. May we emerge triumphant in our search for wholeness. Welcome and embrace our dragons. Give it a place of compassion in our home, the body. Maybe there in the darkness we will find what is known as the dragon's hoard, the metaphorical treasure that is difficult to attain, signifying the rewards we receive. I am falling in love with dragons as I speak. This process of slaying or conquering the dragon, facing the darkness, is a sustaining resource going forward. We can only get stronger and more resilient from this place. Trust is slowly restored in ourselves and our ability to overcome more. It feels like a true tool of empowerment, and as we grow, we become self-reliant and less dependent on external validation. We trust our inner wisdom and old mind to simply know. I have a niggling voice which tells me that to confront and conquer our dragons, our inner, sometimes hidden darkness, and integrate that experience is what ultimately leads to, over time, I understand, as the treasure, the dragon's hoard that Carl Jung speaks of, and the reward is the eternal flame. Carl Jung's quote from The Symbolic Life presents a powerful metaphor for self-development through the imagery of a dragon's hoard. I wonder if that's what the dragon's lair is all about. According to Jung, only the individual who confronts and triumphs over the dragon without being consumed by it can claim the treasure hard to attain. This metaphor symbolizes the journey of self-discovery and personal growth, revealing the significance of facing inner darkness, acquiring self-confidence, and cultivating resilience. So it's not about self-degradation, self-flagellation for our shadow, and more about integrating our healing and transformation, accepting our humanness, vulnerabilities, and being here with a fire of warmth and passion. How do we breathe the fire into our purpose as opposed to destroying ourselves and others in a battle of dominance? I'm often asked, how do I overcome the fear? In my experience, it's more about stepping closer to it, diving deeper into it, and where we have confronted it, we can claim a treasure that is unique to us. Claiming or overcoming requires us to acknowledge our triumphs, and that transformation has taken place. Our confidence builds, we emerge more resilient and are able to navigate future challenges with more strength, less fear and self-doubt. Each victory, not a one-off occurrence, harnesses our power and inner strength over time for realizing our full potential, and is also the message of the mineral kingdom. Do dragons exist? I believe they do. And when I see a mountain, I see my dragon. This is Mbali Marais and WaterSpirit signing off. Go find the mystical dragons of your lineages. Have a beautiful rest of the dragon year.